Hey guys, Kristen here. So I wanted to make another little mini series about advocating for your dog and what that means. So when I talk about advocating for your dog, what that means is when we train our dogs, we train them to be obedient and to follow commands. So we ask them not to be reactive. There's consequences if they make bad choices. We ask them to follow everything that we say, and in return, our job is to advocate for them. So if you expect your dog to be really well behaved in all situations, then you also have to be the one to always protect your dog in every situation. So if you don't want your dog to react to a threatening or off-leash dog that's approaching him, then you have to make sure that you get in between your dog, that off-leash dog, and drive it away so that your dog never has to take care of that problem. So one of the ways that you can do this is the pretty purple stick, as you can see. This is actually from a horse supply store. It's very flexible and bendy. What I use this for is creating space. So if I were to have a dog like I have over here, one at the water bowl and one milling around, I would take the purple stick and I would just wave it like this and create space, and then the dog runs away. So you're not actually going to be hitting the dog, but you're going to be waving it like this just to create a buffer of space between you and whoever is approaching your dog. And usually like this little tassel waving in their face is unpleasant or distasteful enough. You know, nobody likes something like that waving right up close to their face, that your off-leash dog generally runs off. If he doesn't run off, then I would go to my next choice. So what I have here is called a pet corrector. You can buy these, or a pet convincer, I'm sorry. You can buy these on Amazon. What it is it's just like a little device that when you pull the trigger, it has a compressed air cylinder inside here. You unscrew the two halves and you put a little compressed air cylinder in there. And it just makes a hissing sound. That's all it does. It's just an audible sound that goes shh. And what it does is most dogs don't like that sound, so they hear that sound and they run away. There's another type that you can buy. I got this one from Canadian Tire. This one's called Pet Corrector. I really like this one because it's disposable and you don't have to worry about buying the cartridges. So you just want to make sure that you know, when you're ready, you have the cap off, but it's the same idea. You just press it and I'll let you hear it. It just makes that sound. So if I were to make that sound at a dog who is approaching me, I just get up close to it and I blast the air towards that dog. Typically they hear that sound, they don't like it, and they take off. Now the third thing I carry with me in my little accessory bag is I have a rolled up towel. So again, this is very flexible, very soft. It's not going to hurt anything or anyone, and I just have rubber bands around the end. So if I were approached by an off-leash dog and I couldn't get my pretty purple stick, or I couldn't get my pet corrector, pet convincer, what I could grab probably the easiest, and I could also use this at a greater distance than any of those other tools, is I would just grab this rolled up towel, and if there was a dog running at me and he looked threatening, like he was going to hurt my dog or he was going to hurt me, I would take this soft towel and I would just throw it at him. You don't actually have to hit him, but if you do by accident, it's not going to hurt him because it's only a towel. And usually what it does is it'll startle the dog who is running at you or attacking you, and he will take off. So normally what it does, you can throw this at the dog, and it will startle him and he'll be like, what is that? Why is there a towel being thrown at me? It won't hurt him at all. It's just a towel. You can see how flexible it is. Doesn't hurt me. But if somebody threw this at me, I certainly would stop approaching them. So it just has to be distasteful to the dog so that they're going to want to leave you alone and not impose themselves in your personal space. So those are just a couple of little tips of things that you can carry with you, tools that you can use to help you protect your dog or advocate for your dog if when you're walking you're approached by off-leash dogs. Another thing that you can do if people ask if their dog can meet your dog, I always say No, my dog's in training, but thank you for asking. You want to always be polite, of course, because a lot of people don't understand that your dog may not want to meet other dogs, and it's never safe for dogs to meet on leash, because when a dog is on a leash, they're trapped. And most dogs, even the kindest dogs in the world, will be reactive when they have another dog approach their face while they're on leash.